welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be trying out 5 new products that are either high-end or luxury. If you haven't noticed, I film a lot of drugstore content. Drugstore is my jam, it's my soft spot. I don't think I've ever done a video where I'm just specifically only trying out high-end makeup because I just love drugstore and I find that the drugstore gets it done for me. And I have a lot of specific needs like acne and stuff like that, so I don't usually feel the need to buy things that are high-end, but sometimes I get curious and I want to share with you guys my experience with this more high-end luxury stuff. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be trying out the Tarte Power Bar Amazonian Clay eyeshadow palette. This is brand new. It's like a warm toned eyeshadow palette, and it's just a nice little like size with only 6 shades. And I'm actually going to be using all the shades today, so I am proud of myself for that. I didn't just stick with the regular neutral stuff. Went a little bit bold, as you can see. And then I'm also trying out the Lancome, which is the luxury part of this video, Teint Idole Ultra Wear Stick. This, by the way, retails for $43. I looked it up after I actually filmed, and it comes with 9.5 grams, which is also 0.33 ounces, so that's expensive. But we will see if it is worth the money at all. I have never bought anything from Lancome or Lancome. I don't really know how you pronounce it. So this is going to be a new experience for me, just in general for this line. We will see if I think it's worth it at all. I'm also going to be trying out Mood Boost Matte Bronzer by Kiko. And this is just, you know, a matte bronzer. So I'm going to be trying out this. Very excited about this. And I'm also going to be trying out this from Kiko, which is the Mood Boost You Make Me Matte lipstick, and it's a lot deeper than I thought. We'll get to that in the application portion. I'm very excited about that as well. Lastly, I'm actually going to be trying out a setting spray, which I haven't done on my channel in either a while or ever. I'm going to be trying out this Well People Do Your Makeup Setting Mist. I picked this up because it's made without parabens, coal tar, phenoxyethanol, or whatever, I don't know how to pronounce that, petrolatum, synthetic fragrance, propylene glycol, phthalates, silicone, dimethicone, nanoparticles, lead compounds, and BHT, BHA, and DEA. I just wanted to get a setting mist that didn't have a bunch of alcohol and stuff in it, and this does not. And of course, then we're going to be doing a wear test after my first impressions, and I'll take you throughout my day and show you how everything wears. And so without further ado, let's get to the application portion. All right, so since I don't have a new eyeliner or mascara to try, I already put that stuff on. So that means we'll hop right into the eyeshadow. I think this is so pretty, and it smells kind of like chocolate. Or you know what it smells like? It smells like chocolate powder. Like cocoa powder, but with sugar in it. Very pretty. I think this is going to be really good for like the summer and fall. It's got some warm shades, but they're still kind of neutral. I'm very excited. Plus, I love the way that this is constructed, so it'll be easy to travel with, hopefully if I like it. We're going to start off with this. Ooh, it even comes with like a little, I can't get it out, but it comes with a plastic cover to protect the shadows, like inside of here. So that's nice to know. Sorry, I'm in like a weird mood today. I've already had one of my jugs of water, so I'm on my second one right now. Just trying to get energized. Haven't had coffee or anything, just being weird. But anyway, let's jump into this. I don't think these have shade names, which is like, oh no, they do. It's just on the back. That's making it a little bit more difficult. I wish they would just have put it right here, but that's okay. So I'm going to jump into this shade right here, which is Driven. It's like the lightest, and I'm just going to kind of start off with that and put that in. Oh, it smells so good. Put that up here in my outer corner, kind of in my crease. Pretty pigmented. I've actually never tried Tarte eyeshadows before, but I know like a lot of people like them, and I've been dying to try them. I actually really want to get the Man-Eater palette that's been out for a while. I'm going to take the same shade on the other eye, by the way, because I've been wanting to try that particular palette since it came out, but I just have never bit the bullet. I don't really know why. But I think if I like this one, I might pick that one up. This is a very pretty shadow. They're definitely warm shades, so if you're not into that, don't get this. I typically prefer cool neutral shades, but I like messing around with some warm shades sometimes too. I try a lot of like different stuff all the time, obviously, because of my channel, so I like to try all different kinds of eyeshadows. I actually bought some J-Cat eyeshadows. I forgot what the actual name, but they're like colorful eyeshadows because I was like, oh, it'd be great if I could recommend like bright eyeshadows for people who don't want to spend like a lot of money, but they suck. So I'll put a picture on the screen of the ones I'm talking about, but I did not like them. They have no pigment and they're really chalky, so I'll be returning those. I'm gonna take this brush. It's actually just a concealer brush. I've been using this one forever to blend out like edges and stuff. I really like that shade. If you wanted to just like pop a matte shade in there, and then you could just leave it like this, of course, but then there's this light shimmery shade that's Excel. That would look really pretty with that. But we're gonna be a little bit more adventurous today, and I'm gonna take just a clean brush. This is just a pack from Amazon, honestly. And I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is Aspire. Just put that on the outer corner and bring it just a little bit. I guess this is gonna be partially an eyeshadow tutorial. I actually have a full one of those. It's called like How to Do Your Eyeshadow Like a Pro When You're Not One, I think. And I did that, it was a while ago. I think it was like about a year ago. And I go into the different steps. I'll link it for you. I'm trying to use like all of the shades in this palette. We'll see if that happens, just because there's not very many of them. You know, there's only 6, and I'm trying to be a little bit more adventurous, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. I'm gonna blend this out too. I get into eyeshadow reds so easily. Like, I love eyeshadow. It's probably my #1 thing that I buy, that and like foundation. But I can easily be like, oh, just a neutral look again today. These are looking really, really good. I like that shadow, and this thing smells so good. I'm gonna go into this deepest shade right here. This is called Rise. I'm gonna take it on this like tapered brush right here. Just kind of dip a little bit into it and then tap it off like I've been doing and put it. Yeah, this is pretty pigmented. Ooh. Kind of just take it up here. I like to kind of cause like my eye looks to have ombre effects where they kind of like have a gradient. Doing the same thing on this eye. Bold. I'm gonna take this same brush to blend this out a little bit, make it a little less harsh and a little bit more like gradient ombre. These do blend very nicely. So I'm thinking about placing a Charlotte Tilbury order, because I've never actually tried any products from her line. Of course, you know, it's so astronomically expensive, but I have like a gift card and then a merchandise credit that would like cover the majority of the order. So I'm feeling more inclined to do it when I don't have to pay my own money, because it does get really expensive. So I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is Dare, and it seems like a very pretty shade. And I'm gonna put this kind of just in the center of my eye. I always use my finger to do shimmers, by the way, if you're new here. I just find that it executes what I'm going for faster than using a brush. This one seems a little bit, like it's definitely there, but it seems like it's a little bit chunkier than the rest of like the shimmers. Like this one seems more like a glitter, if you can see. And these two seem like more of like just a plain shimmer. So just keep that in mind, but it's got a nice pigment. It kind of matches that darkest shade, which is why I'm putting it the closest to it. So I have that ombre effect I've been talking about. It does go on pretty nice. It's got like a rose gold glimmer, if you can kind of see, which I love. I am going to kind of blend just the edge of that into that darkest shade on the outer corner, so it has a seamless gradient. Keep saying that word. So now I'm gonna go into the shade Build, which is this shade right here. I'm gonna use all of the colors in this palette. I'm so proud of myself. Yeah, these are a little bit softer. The other one was a little bit chunkier, but not in a bad way. It was just more of a glitter base and less of a shimmer base. You know what I mean? I don't know. And then I'm gonna kind of take this just right next to it, but not all the way to the inner corner. That's a very pretty shade. It's kind of got like a coppery shade. Then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. And then I'm gonna use this brush again and kind of blend those edges out. But not, I don't wanna blend the colors away. Although these don't seem to blend away very easily, which is nice. I don't want them to blend away easily. Now, finally, we're using this shade Excel, and I'm gonna take that on my finger. This is similar to the shade Build that I just used in like the texture. So, and I'm gonna take this on the inner corner, just kind of place it, because I don't want it to be too dark on my inner corner. That looks nice. All right, so this is the final look. I'm gonna show you like a natural lighting clip where I'm actually facing the window when all my makeup is done, and you'll be able to see it a little bit better because it looks better in person than it's showing up on camera. But I love this. I think it does a nice job. You can make it as natural or as glam as you want to because you've got those neutrals, and then of course you do have those like deeper shades that you can like use to kind of like glam it up a little bit. But I really like this palette, which I figured I would. And the quality on it is really nice as well. Like, I didn't find any problems with blending or like pigment or anything like that. So far, so good. We'll just see how it wears throughout the day. As usual, of course. This is definitely the most expensive foundation I have ever personally purchased. It's the Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear Stick. So it's a foundation stick, but you know, obviously it's Lancome. It's almost expensive. So, I have not tried a foundation stick in a very long time. They just never really worked for me, but I do kind of want to get into them because kind of like the Kat Von D Good Apple foundation, it's easier to apply on the go. But if you haven't seen that, go check that video out. I like the thought process behind like stick foundations and like balm foundations or whatever, because I find that it's just, I will want to do my makeup in the car or on a plane more if I have that kind of option. So this is what it looks like. It's got this silly little applicator. I'll try that. I just don't think I'm gonna like it, but I'll try it anyway on parts of my face. I got it in the shade Buff, by the way, if I haven't said that, which is 210. I think it'll match me all right. This was an online foundation match. I'm pretty sure Buff was said to be light with neutral undertones, which is what I am. So we'll see how well this works for me. I've got my hair pulled back. So I am going to do a sponge on one side and a brush on one side. I'm going to start off with this just to try it out, but I doubt I'm going to use it for an entire side. So today for my brush, I'm going to use the Rare Beauty foundation brush because I haven't used that one in a while. And I'm using a new sponge to me, but I think I'm really going to like it, by Milani. It actually comes in a 2-pack, so I'm going to try this off camera for my concealer too. But they're very like plum. I think I'm going to like them a lot, but we'll see. So first I'm going to go in on my right side and just kind of draw it on, I guess. It does say it's supposed to have medium to full coverage. I hope so, because I've got a lot to cover on my chin here from scarring and breaking out. I don't really know if that's too much. The foundation shade looks like it might be a little dark, but it looks like it might match my arm okay. I'm so sorry about the lighting, guys. I'm gonna try this first. Yeah. This just seems like it would take forever. And it's kind of got like brush strokes, and it like didn't even cover up that pimple at all because it just wiped it right off that pimple. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. I figured that wasn't gonna happen. It took the coverage off that scar too. So forget the brush on this, but you know, thanks for trying, Lancome. I'm gonna go in with my Rare Beauty brush and let's just see kind of what we're working with here. Yeah, this one is definitely applying it a little bit better. We're also gonna see if it can build. It's providing, I would say, like light to medium coverage right now, but it's very smooth looking. Now this is gonna pretty much have to perform miracles for me to be like, buy this, because it is so expensive. It does go on your skin nice and smooth. It does a nice job of kind of blurring texture, which I like. So let me do my forehead and half my chin and half my nose. It does look really nice. I never tried the Hourglass foundation stick that everybody was like raving about. I know that Taylor Wynn does not like that foundation stick, but many people do. I don't know if that one's cheaper than this one. I'll have to look. It does smooth on your skin very nicely. It definitely does not provide like full on medium or full coverage right off the bat. I would say it's a light to medium coverage or light to light medium coverage, but it does look nice and smooth, so that's nice. Before I do a second layer, because I already know I'm going to do that, I'm going to try it with the sponge. I imagine I will get less coverage with the sponge because that is what always happens, but we're going to try it anyway. Just like drawing it on. It does kind of feel pretty slippery, but not like greasy, if that makes sense. So, just kind of smoothing it over. I don't think I would ever really apply a stick foundation with a sponge anyway, but this is just for curiosity's sake and for the video. So if you guys would apply a stick foundation with a sponge, then I can tell you if it would work that way or not. So with a sponge, it's definitely taking away some of the coverage. You can still see my acne scars through there. It goes on smoothly, so if you don't have a whole lot to cover, it does look nice. There's not like any like weirdness or anything. I have a piece of mascara on my cheek, oh my gosh. I would say that this side with the brush has a little bit fuller coverage, not full coverage at all right off the bat, but I think that you will get fuller coverage with a brush. I'm definitely going to be doing some more layers because it's not covering. It does go on smoothly with a sponge, so if you really don't have much to cover and you just kind of want to perfect your skin and you've just got like some freckles, it kind of like blurs them but doesn't cover them completely. So if you have like nice and pretty skin to begin with, I think a sponge is nice. But let's go in on this side with another layer because I'd like to have full coverage today. I'm going to use the brush. Yeah, that second layer is definitely giving some more coverage. So it does seem to be buildable, which I like. It does feel a little bit sticky, which is a little bit annoying, but I feel like that kind of comes with cream products. Maybe it'll kind of melt into my skin. So this is definitely medium coverage. You can still see that scar though, so keep in mind that this is definitely one you'll have to build, and I think that you'll basically just get medium coverage unless you kind of spot conceal, which I am going to do because it says it can be used as concealer, and I'm not going to use this under my eyes. Maybe that way it'll work a little bit better. Yeah, that kind of helped it get covered a little bit. So that's all I'm going to build on that side. I am going to do some more on my chin on this side though, because I've got some scarring on this side, and just in general add some coverage. I'll do a little bit with a sponge, but then I'm going to finish the rest with a brush because I want to see how it builds with a sponge, but like it won't provide much coverage. So I'm just taking the sponge on my forehead. It does build nicely and it goes in pretty seamless with a sponge. So if you wanted to do a couple of layers and you just prefer a sponge over a brush and we're like, I will never ever use a foundation brush because it's just too much, then you could get like some more coverage with that and it won't look cakey. But I am going to go on this side, like on the rest of this side with the brush because I need a little bit more coverage because I don't need my acne scars showing through. I have a lot of them right now. For some reason, I have been breaking out so much and I hate it. This one does look really nice. It builds pretty nicely, and I would definitely bring this like on a plane or in a car or something to like throw some makeup on if I didn't have any on already. But we'll have to see how it wears, of course, because if it like looks terrible after like 5 hours, I'm gonna be like, ugh. But we'll see. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go put on like some concealer, powder, all that good stuff, because then I'm going to jump into the rest of the stuff. All right, so I have the rest of my makeup on except for the products that I have left to try. So the next thing I'm going to try is this Kiko Mood Boost Matte Bronzer. I got it in the shade Neutral Sienna because it's got like more of a neutral shift. It does have like several different colors going on here. I'm pretty excited about this. I don't think I've actually ever tried anything from Kiko, so I'm excited about this. It's kind of like a mid-range brand, definitely more on the higher end side, but I'm just going to take it on my Eco Tools bronzer brush and just go right in. Oh, it kind of smells like Play-Doh mixed with vanilla or something. Ooh, I like that. On the other side, I think that looks nice. You can't really see it as much on this side because of that like light, but it kind of blended in really nicely. It's definitely got like a neutral to warm shift, I think. We'll see a little bit more like when we go into the sunlight, but it did blend very nicely. I like it because you're able to kind of make it as subtle or as like built up as you want to. I'll have to see how it like compares to like my favorite bronzers, which are of course mainly drugstore. So we will see of course in future update videos. But so far, I really like that. So now it's time for the Kiko Mood Boost You Make Me Matte lipstick. So I saw this on just on Ulta's website, and I think it's gonna be a really pretty color. It looks like I'm gonna go for kind of a bold look today, but I like this format, and I think that the packaging is so pretty. So let's hope that this wears well. I already have lip liner on. I use the Rimmel lip liner in Innocence. I'm just gonna get this directly on. Yeah, this is gonna be a bold look. Happy spring. I'm wearing fall makeup. It is on very smoothly. Smells like cotton candy. I like this. Wow, this is a really bold look. I like this because it's easy to use and kind of move around. You could almost use this as a lip liner too if you wanted. This would be a really pretty fall look because this lipstick's a little bit deeper than I was realizing. I thought it was a little bit more nude, but that's okay. It goes on really smooth. You can't even really feel it on your lips. It's not drying or anything. I like the color. This is definitely a fall look, but you know, that's okay. So the last thing I have to try is this setting mist by Peope. It's the Do Your Makeup Setting Mist. It does come in kind of a smaller thing. I basically wanted to get it because it doesn't have any alcohol or added fragrance in it. It does have like aloe vera. The second ingredient is lavender flower water, so I don't know if that's the same as an essential oil. I don't think it is, but it also does have witch hazel in it, but it's farther on the list. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but I just wanted to give it a try because I've been trying to find like a setting mist, setting spray, setting mist, whatever, where it doesn't have like a bunch of alcohol in it, because like my favorite is the Milani Make It Last one, but it has like a ton of alcohol in it. But we're gonna see if this like helps or anything. Let me kind of get it started. Okay, let's see here. I don't use setting mist every day, but when I do, I don't want it to have a bunch of bad stuff in it. So let's see. Oh God. I'm not the biggest fan of the spritzer. Not good. It kind of has an invasive smell, but it doesn't, like, the spritzer like didn't seem to like push any like spots on my face, you know, like the wet looking spots, droplets. That's what I'm trying to say, wet looking spots. I don't think it did anything to like add glow or anything to my skin, but I'm hoping it'll kind of make it last a little bit longer. It says it can also be used as a primer and like a refresher. I didn't use it as a primer because I didn't realize it said that. So this is the final look. I am about to go outside here in a second and show you a clip in like the outside lighting. It's really bright, so we'll see how well that goes. Overall, the thing I was most impressed with was the Power Bar Amazonian Clay eyeshadow palette. I think I'm going to get a lot of uses out of this. I think it's really pretty and it blended so nicely. I really like the way it looks. The foundation I like. I don't know if I feel like it's worth the money. And I did already notice that it's falling into this smile line over here. And it also had a weird crease down here that I had to smooth out, but that might come back. It is clinging to some dry patches, but that happens with every foundation. I'm hoping my dry patches will go away as it gets warmer now and the humidity kind of, you know, raises. I didn't think that in my life I would specifically ask for humidity, but here I am. Yeah, we'll see how this wears, and then I'll let you know at the end of the day if I think that it is at all worth it, or I might try and go find a dupe for it at the drugstore, or at least like from some cheaper company. So the bronzer I really liked. I felt like it's something that you can kind of make it sheer if you want to, or build up, which I like, because sometimes you want to have bronzer, but you don't want it to be like super bronzed, and then sometimes you want it to be super bronzed, and I think this accomplishes that. I really like it. The lip stuff I did not realize was going to be this dark. I thought it was going to be more like this color, but we're gonna roll with it. I like the way it went on to my lips. Very smooth, kind of just smoothed on really nicely, so we'll see how this wears. I really like the format of that as well. Setting spray, nozzle is crap. I did not like that nozzle. The smell of it itself is very like weird and a little bit invasive, like I said, but it does dissipate, so I can't smell it right now. I can kind of feel The setting spray right here, I couldn't feel that before the setting spray, so I know it's the setting spray and not the foundation. But we'll see. I'm sure that will probably go away. Now I'm gonna go show you a clip of natural lighting, and then we're gonna do a wear test and do check-ins. I finished my makeup at 10:30, so I'm gonna be doing check-ins every 2 hours. So after I go show you a natural lighting, I'll see you again at 12:30. All right, so I'm out here in natural lighting to show you the makeup. This is what the eyeshadow looks, by the way, when there's not a glare. It looks much better out here, in my opinion. It's not too bright, so I'm not like completely blinded, so I can actually look at the camera. Sometimes I come out here and I'm like, can't see. But this is what the makeup is looking like in natural lighting or outside lighting. You can see some of my pimples through the foundation a little bit, like over here as well. That's a scar. And it's got a little bit of dry patch and like dry patchiness right in my nose creases. And also I'm getting a little bit of a smile line right there. But I really like how everything's looking so far. I think the bronzer looks nice. I'm a little worried about how the foundation's going to wear, so we're gonna see. But I also did want to show you my eyeshadow look because it didn't look nearly as good in there as it looked to me, and I think it looks out here as well. Didn't look nearly as good in there as it does out here. That was a really long way to say that. But anyway, so this is what we're looking like in natural lighting. So I will see you guys at 12:30. All right, guys, so welcome to the first check-in. It is 12:30 right now. There are definitely some things to note here. I don't know if you can tell as much as I can, but I have some very prominent creasing already with this foundation. I was checking my mirror before I did this, and I was pretty surprised at how much creasing I have. And what's weird is I haven't even really, I haven't talked to anyone since I applied this, so I don't know why it's like this. Obviously, we can also see that the lipstick is like peeling really weird, and actually since I filmed I haven't even had anything to eat or drink, so I don't know why it's doing this, but it's coming off in a very unflattering weird way, which is kind of frustrating. So overall I'm not super impressed with the makeup. I can go ahead and tell you right now that the foundation with it creasing this soon, it's only been 2 hours, it's not worth that high price tag, and this lipstick is just really bothersome. So I did want to check in with you guys and tell you about that. The eyeshadow though looks really good, and I do like the way the bronzer looks as well. So that is what we're looking like right now. So I will see you guys at 2:30 and we'll see how this progresses. But so far my mouth area, both the foundation and the lipstick, is just not looking too great. All right, guys, welcome to check-in number 2. It is 2:30 right now, and this is what we're looking like. Obviously, we can see the lipstick is just completely off of my bottom lip and right here. So it's not even really there anymore. I did eat, but it was already falling apart before then. And so I'm very unimpressed with that. I did look, and Kiko is definitely like a mid-range makeup line. Like it kind of toggles between drugstore and high-end, so I don't really know how to describe it. I just know that it's not sold in drugstores, but it goes kind of from like $11 and up, and I don't know what the cap is, but like the bronzer was like 17, so it's not astronomically expensive or anything like that. But I know similar drugstore lipsticks that are like similar formats that perform way better than this one has, so I'm very unimpressed with that. We have gotten worse on the creasing. We have a smile line over here that I never really get, especially so soon. And then I have this Cupid's bow crease, this smile line. There's like lines all over the top of my lips. It's kind of annoying though, because like the rest of my face, it is definitely a little bit dewy, but it looks nice. Like I feel like the rest of my face looks pretty nice. It's just getting a little bit dewy, but like that upper lip creasing is really, really bad. So I'm just not feeling that and the lipstick right now. The eyeshadow is wearing really, really nicely though. And I don't think that the setting spray did anything to participate in this foundation, like, fiasco. It's not really a fiasco, but foundation wear. But I'm also, of course, going to be trying out this foundation without that setting spray as well, and then update you guys later. But as of right now, I'm not the biggest fan of the face, definitely not the biggest fan of the lips. And that is what we're looking like. It's only been 4 hours, and this is wearing, like, I've had this on for, like, 8 at least. So I'm a little afraid of where this is going to go from here. But that is it for now, and I will see you guys at 4:30. So it's not 2 hours later. It's not 4:30. I think it's like 3:45. But I happen to be in the car, and I realized that in the car, I think you can see like the imperfections on my upper lip more. So I wanted to do just a quick little check-in and show you guys that. So let's see. Yeah, you can see it's just kind of like just really creasing around the mouth area and the smile lines. And I haven't made like more expressions than I normally do, like when I wear other foundations. So yeah, this lipstick looks terrible. Oh my gosh. I don't like the lipstick. But yeah, it's just like really, really falling apart around here. I'm not impressed. Other than that one particular area, I think it's okay. It looks, why do my eyebrows look so dark today? Maybe it's the sun. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm using the exact same eyebrow pencil that I normally do. Okay, but that's not the point of this video, Monica. Anyway, so yeah, I just think that this foundation at least would be a pass for me. I don't think it's worth $43 at all. It just doesn't look good enough for me. It is clean, dry patches. I'm not holding that against it, but this up here, this situation is just a no-go, and it's very dewy for only being like less than 6 hours in. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that while I was in the car so you would see more of what I'm talking about. But I will see you guys in a couple of hours now, since this is going to technically be my third check-in. So yeah, I will see you guys in a little bit and show you what we are looking at then. The eye makeup is still looking really good. It looks really deep, like at this angle. This is how it looks like everywhere else, and it's not creasing. It looks really, really nice. So that looks good, but I will show you the progress of everything in a couple of hours. All right, so this is the final check-in. I actually waited a little bit to do this check-in because I was just spending time with Thomas and we were watching something on Netflix, so, you know, I had to spend time with him. So it is actually 8 o'clock right now. I'm about to take my makeup off. I feel so greasy. Like, obviously you can see all of this. It's just so dewy. I mean, I don't think it looks bad, but I would definitely powder if I were actually wearing this somewhere. I did not reapply the lipstick because I was doing a wear test, and it just looks about the same as it did in the last check-in, but it just does not last long. It doesn't look good, and it's crusty and crumbly, so I don't suggest that. The eyeshadow did last, no creasing. We do have creasing up here still, of course, from the foundation. I don't think it's worth $43 at all. I'm actually like, I'm gonna look for a dupe, but like I really kind of want to return it because it applied okay, and like I didn't mind the coverage after I built it up a lot, but it doesn't last, and it's like really oily, greasy looking, and I have like combination of dry skin, so I don't have like oily skin to begin with, and I just don't think it sits the best, and especially not for a luxury foundation. So that is my thoughts on that. I do like the bronzer. I do think it lasted pretty nicely. The lipstick is a no-go for sure. The eyeshadow palette thing I really, really like. I'll definitely be using that again. And the setting spray, I'll have to update you, of course, in the future. I don't really know. Like, I don't think it helped this last much longer. I don't know if it's melting faster because of the setting spray, or if the makeup was just like bound to kind of melt off faster anyway, and the setting spray just didn't help it last. We'll see how it works with other foundations, so I'll let you guys know that in the future. Yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell down below, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!